The animated film The Bad Guys, it is a fun and entertaining movie for the entire family. This film is so good that I thought it was one of the highlight films that came out this month. And I highly suggest you check this film out for yourself. Well, DreamWorks Animation has done it again. They made an animated film that I had enjoyed so much. I really must admit, I absolutely adore this film. So, the story of this movie is it stars a group of criminals known as the Bad Guys. They are a group of thieves who steal particular items all throughout the city. And when they are caught, it's up for Mr. Wolf to come up with a plan to reform themselves as model citizens. You know, I really do enjoy the voice cast in this film. You have Sam Rockwell, Mark Marlon, Anthony Ramos, Craig Robinson, Aquafina, Zazie Beats. And then we have all these people voicing these characters, then you know you're going to have an entertaining movie. The characters of the bad guys, which consists of Mr. Wolf, Mr. Snake, Mr. Piranha, Mr. Shark, and Mrs. Tarantula, all these characters, they're criminals, they're known thieves. But when Mr. Wolf ends up saving an old lady in the beginning of the movie, then he wants to be a good guy instead. And from there, you have one of the most interesting animated films that I've seen this year. And despite how a lot of these characters are silly, this movie has a lot of heart, especially Mr. Wolf, voiced by Sam Rockwell. He did an excellent job. In fact, the whole cast did an excellent job with this film. There are moments that really make you care about the bad guys, and I really had appreciated that. I really didn't have high expectations for this film. In fact, this movie has surprised me, but I am glad that this movie was entertaining, it was fun, and it had a story I had very much enjoyed. One of the most interesting characters in this film was Diana Foxington. She is the governor of the city, and her backstory was very intriguing to say the least. And then you have Professor Rupert. He's a guinea pig philanthropist. He's the one that comes up with the idea of the bad guys doing good deeds in order to reform them, but he has his own agenda. He was an interesting antagonist. What can I say? I had a great time with this film. I laughed. I really care about the characters. I care about the gang of bad guys, especially Mr. Wolf, who wants to be more known as a respectable, good person. This movie is fun for the entire family, and I enjoyed this film so much that looking at it again would be just a delight to see simply because of everything goes on in this movie. Now, granted, this film ain't perfect. There might be some issues here and there that I saw throughout the film, but at the end of the day, this is still a very enjoyable film in my opinion. I'm giving this film an 8 out of 10. Hats off to the guy who directed this movie, Pierre Perifel. He did recently talk about doing a sequel. I hope it happens. And the reason being is that there is possibility to turn this into a trilogy. I would like to see two more films from these characters because not only can you tell more story, but you could also expand upon what happened in this movie. And this film is loosely based on the children book series of the same name. And while I don't know that source material, I do know that every aspect of this film, from the music, the voice cast, the story, the screenplay, it all comes together to make one of the most interesting movies that I've seen so far this year. And that's my review of The Bad Guys. Alright, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this film if you have seen it. Okay, this is Slim Guy 172 saying, peace out.